Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the video about Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, I'm just going to start this video by saying my window's open, my fan is on, it's boiling in here, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to give you this information, and it's going to be damn awesome. So let's get into this thing, let's go. So the very first piece of information I have on this large list of pieces of information is to join up with a friend. The player will need to initiate a Brotherhood mission on the map by going to the icon, or you can invite friends through the menu. The game will then ask if the player and his/her friend want to play the mission together. Then a 5-second countdown begins before you start. It is possible to find ghosts of friends who are playing at the same time. If the player's friend is joinable, is at a joinable part in the game, the player can hop right in and start from their latest checkpoint, which is pretty cool. So that's how the co-op works in the game. Just general overview that they've given us. So move on to the next point. The next thing is the cooperative missions centre on the assassins trying to stop the Templars' manipulation of the French Revolution. These are as close as they'll get to actually doing stuff for the French Revolution, Amancio says. All this stuff is not about Arnaud's story, it's about the Brotherhood trying to figure out what the Templars are up to. And this kind of shows like how the game isn't centered around the French Revolution. The French Revolution is a backdrop for the main story, which is Arnaud and the assassins, which is really, really cool. The third point is the confirmation that Elise is Arnaud's love interest. In addition, the article states that Elise's father is the victim of a coup d'état, a shift in power and ideologies in the Templars. Also, Arnaud will try to track down the man responsible for the death of Elise's father for most of the game. Note by ATA, this led us to believe, although it's not confirmed, that Elise's father may be Arnaud's adoptive father, which is kind of cool. So does that mean, see, this might have the link to Unity. I mean, sorry, not to Unity, to Rogue in some way or another. I'm trying to think and piece it together in my head really quickly for you guys, but I can't really think of anything at the minute. Comment down in the comments below, tell me what you think. If I do think of anything, I'll post a comment saying, oh, this is what I think now. Obviously, I'll reply to you guys and sort of discuss it, because, you know, we end up getting a good discussion going in the comments. And learn some new things from each other and kind of work things out together, which is really cool that you guys are on board with that, and we can all sort of, you know, have a nice little conversation. You guys work it out with each other, and I sort of jump in. I'm like, that's clever, that, and I'm just there like, how do you work that out? But yeah, comment down in the comment section below and help out there. The next thing is a long one. And it said, Alex Amancio stated that the French Revolution is the perfect metaphor for this turn in power in the Templar Order, because this is when the world became run by businessmen and not by politics or aristocracy. This coincides with the shift within the Templars. Before, it was like a dogma will dictate and rule. If we tell people what to do with the strong dogmatic views, they'll follow, and if they don't, we will beat the shit out of them. That's literally what it says, and they will follow. One man will re-examine those views and think that if you give people what they want, they'll enslave themselves. They have new ideas then, is control them, and by keeping it... This isn't written in English, it's like translated from a different language, so I'm really, really sorry for like when I read this. It's controlled by keeping them busy. Amancio also stated that it's all linked to history, with the last official Grand Master of the Templars, Jacques de Molay, who died in Paris in the Middle Ages. It's a complex story about that. The shift in power is really the revolution. Somebody is pulling the strings behind the revolution, so the Templars can consolidate this new order. That is pretty cool. That is really pretty cool. Like, so like, just they're going back to Assassins and Templars. They've got that whole kind of shift going on there, how everything changes. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a cool game. Can't wait to find out more about that. Let's move on. This next point is actually one of my favourites. During the game, Arnaud will have targets that will resemble those from Assassin's Creed 1. For being that iconic, for being iconic, sorry. They're very iconic because we take the time to introduce you to these targets, Amancio says. The game is called Assassin's Creed, so it's about assassinations. Here's a target, here's the background, get to know the target, and then assassinate them. This is really something we steered away from, not intentionally, but I wanted to take us back to having these iconic targets. That is music to my ears, thank God. They've really decided, you know what, we need to go back to this core gameplay of Assassin's Creed 1 to have this investigation, get to know your target, get to understand them, so it makes it a lot more personal. It's gonna be so cool. It's really gonna be so cool. I can't wait for that in the game. It's gonna make you feel so much more of an assassin, feel so much more sort of part of the world, like you've got to sort of find your way through the world, you've got to kind of investigate things. It's gonna be so cool to see that back in the game. I cannot wait to just It's going to be awesome. Tell me what you think about it in the comments below. Are you as excited as I am? Heads Will Roll is one of the Brotherhood missions which features Robespierre and the Law of Suspects, and in which the player will have free patron, a spy who's discovered... Wait, hang on. We'll have to free Patron, a spy who discovered important Templar secrets and shared them with Robespierre, but who later is arrested by him as a traitor. The mission is split into 3 acts: get a warden's key, find Patron's secret notebook, and then save Patron in prison before he gets executed. So that shows how the missions, the co-op missions, are actually structured, which is really, really cool. I actually really do like that. That's kind of awesome. So yeah. What do you guys think? Comments. It would be possible to visit Place of Innocence, as stated in the article. The cemetery is overflowing with bones heaped in piles. A central building in the cemetery is overflowing with skulls in the attic. Historically, all decaying bodies caused such a health hazard in Paris that it led to the creation of the catacombs in Paris, a network of underground tunnels and caverns that house the remains of millions of people. Although the game predates the catacombs by 2 years, Ubisoft is including them to provide more stealth opportunities to get around. That's kind of strange. That's not historically accurate. You would have thought Ubisoft would be as historically accurate as possible, but whatever. Who really cares? I mean, let's be honest, it's going to be a cool gameplay element. Who cares if it's like a couple of years off? There will not be desynchronization for being spotted by guards anymore, thanks to AMM, also known as Adaptive Mission Mechanics, which is brilliant. I spoke about this in a previous video. I believe it's called Assassin's Creed Unity gameplay features or something like that. It could have been the combat thing. But yeah, that tells you a lot about the AMM and sort of goes a lot more in depth. It's basically how the missions adapt to what you do, so you don't fail the mission. If you fail the first certain objective, it'll adapt around it. Like if you kill the wrong guy, it'll adapt to that, and it won't fail the mission and make you restart it over again. Ubisoft said there can be up to 30,000 people in the crowd. 30,000 people in the crowd. What is this is madness, right? They started off with 5,000, now they're saying 30,000. What the fuck is going on? There can be 30,000 people in a crowd. That is insane. Honestly, my mind has been blown. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Oh my god. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And here we have a nice one about modern day to finish off. Amancio stated that the present day part of the story will coincide with the new generation of consoles. Now, I have no fucking clue what that means. But does that mean Helix is the next gen Animus? Is that what this means? Possibly. Could be a thing. Might not be a thing. Who knows what that means. But I still believe that Uplay, like, there's not going to be a Uplay. Not as in Uplay. I mean, like, you play as yourself. Like, as if you've, like, bought an Abstergo product. Like, you know, like, Liberation. Like, you've bought an Abstergo product or whatever. Like, I'm not sure. I don't know how it's going to work, but tell me what you think in the comment section below about that. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to smack that like button because that would be absolutely amazing. Comment down in the comment section below about anything I've talked about in the video or anything you want to state, even if it's not to do with the video. Be sure to stay tuned, subscribe for brand new videos. Unite, our parody, which you'll hear at the end of the video in the outro if anyone wants to know, will be coming out in around about 2 weeks on August 22nd. There is a link in the description to my Bandcamp page. You'll find also other important links in the description to other channels and also social networking where you can get in contact with me and be updated on Assassin's Creed Unity, Assassin's Creed Rogue, and the YouTube channel in general. There are Let's Plays coming up on the channel which you guys need to go ahead and check out. I'm doing Liberation in a minute, but after that we'll have AC2, Brotherhood, Revelations, obviously Unity, and obviously Rogue, so it's going to be pretty busy with videos. You know, be sure to subscribe for brand new information and all that good stuff. I think that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you did enjoy. I'm glad if you did enjoy. I've enjoyed making this video. Some of this information is really, really cool, and honestly, it's making me more and more excited for this game. Every single time we get brand new information, it's like, oh my god, this is going to be the best thing ever. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
And the wolves kept tumbling down, raining fire from above. Great crowds charge over the hills, but the city's had enough. But if we turn and fight, does it almost feel like we castle wall.